Students, now let us study about the trigonometric functions. We already studied trigonometric ratios for acute angles as the ratio of sides of a right-angled triangle. Now we will extend the definition of trigonometric ratios to any angle in terms of radian measure and study them as trigonometric functions. When we define it as trigonometric function, angle should be taken as a radian measure because for the function it should be a mapping from the real number to real number, and that's why angle should be in radian measure. Consider a unit circle with the center at origin and A in bracket A comma B be any point on the circle. Just you take a unit circle and center at origin, you have to consider the coordinate axis as the reference axis, and origin should be a center of the circle. Here the radius of the circle is 1 unit, does not mean it is 1 centimeter, and you can take any length as 1 unit. Define a particular length as 1 unit, and it may be 1 inch or it may be 10 centimeter. You can take 10 centimeter as 1 unit, then you will get a bigger circle, and that's why while drawing a circle, 1 unit does not mean a circle with radius 1 centimeter. You can take a particular standard unit of measure of length and take it as 1 unit. Now you take a point on the circle. Point may be anywhere on the circle. You know the coordinate of the point, and here the x coordinate and y coordinate. I recall again, if A is a point here and you can draw perpendicular from this point to x axis, you will get one point on the x axis, and corresponding to that you will have a real number A, and you can clearly observe that if the point is here, A will be negative because it is negative side of x axis, and similarly from this point you can draw perpendicular to y axis. It will meet at a particular point, and corresponding to this point you will have a real number B, and A and B does not means the distance here, and it is the real number corresponding to this point on the x axis, and B is the real number corresponding to this point on the y axis. Now the sin x is defined as B, which is the y coordinate of the point, and cos x is defined as A, where A is the x coordinate of the point. You consider a unit circle with the center at origin, and P is any point on this circle. Now it is possible to define the trigonometric function sin x and cos x, and according to the definition, sin x is y coordinate of the point and cos x is equal to x coordinate of the point, where x is the angle made by OP with the positive direction of x axis. You know the definition of trigonometric functions, and sin x is equal to y coordinate of the point P, that is B, where x is the angle made by OP with the positive direction of x axis. See this figure. The point is at this position, and sine of 6 degree is equal to the y coordinate of this point. You can observe the y coordinate of this point is 0.1. Therefore sine 6 degree is equal to 0.1. And if you change the position, you will get the value of sin x for a different angle. For example, if the point is here, and you will have sin 18 degree is equal to 0.31, and you know the value of sin 30 degree, and you can get the value of sine 30 like this. When the angle is 30 degree, sine 30 you will get 0.5, and that's equal to 1 by 2, and that is actually y coordinate of this point. If you still increase, you will get the different values of sine x, and you can observe the value of sine x increases as the angle increases. When it reaches 90 degree, it will become the maximum value of sine x, that's equal to 1. And it is possible to increase the value of x further, and then the angle will reach to second quadrant. And if it is in second quadrant, how to get the value of sin x, you just observe. And if you still increase it, and the value of sin x you can observe, and it reduces. Here also the value of sin x is positive, because in the second quadrant y coordinate is positive, therefore sin x is still positive. But if you increase the angle, the value of sin x decreases, and like this, when you reach 180 degree, the sin x will become 0. And if you still increase the angle, what happens, you observe. And if you come to the third quadrant, the value of sin x will be negative, because in third quadrant sin x is negative. The reason is y coordinate is negative in the third quadrant, and you can observe the values of sin x, and it is negative because y coordinate is negative. When it is 270 degree, the value of sin x is -1, and you can increase further. If you still increase the value, and the y coordinate becomes more and more, because it is negative, and it is 0 -0.8, and like this, when it is 360 degree, again you will come to the same point, and the sin 360 degree is equal to 0. And you can observe the value of sin 360 and sin 0 are same, because you will reach the same point when it is 360 degree. And now it is already one rotation is completed, and according to definition, and angle is generated by rotating a ray. And if I rotate further, and it is actually more than 360, and here sin 5 degree shows sin 5 degree is equal to 0.09, and which is equal to sin of 365 degree. And similarly, if you take this angle, it is not 30 degree now, it shows 30 degree, but actually we have completed one rotation and plus 30 degree, that is actually 390 degree, and sin of 390 degree is equal to 0.5. That means the value repeats, and sin x takes the same value after completion of one rotation. Now let us discuss the cos function, and the definition of cos function is cos x is equal to a, where a is the x coordinate of the point. If the point P is at this position, and x coordinate of this point is 1, and angle made by OP with the positive x-axis is 0. Now cos 0 is equal to 1. You can see this, cos 0 is equal to 1. If I change the position of the point from here to here, and you will have the value of cos 6 degree, and cos 6 degree is equal to 0.99. Here x coordinate of the point is slightly reduced, it is not 1, slightly less than 1. If you increase, you can observe the x coordinate of the point reduces. At this point, x coordinate of the point is 0.9, that is cos 26 degree is equal to 0.9, and at this point x coordinate is 0.8, that is cos 37 degrees equal to 0.8, and still you can increase here and you can tell x coordinate of this point is 0.6, that is cos 53 is equal to 0.6, and you know the value of cos 60 degree. And what is the value of cos 60 degree? Cos 60 degree equal to 1 by 2. Therefore here cos 60 degree is equal to 0.5, which is the x coordinate of the point. You can still increase and the x coordinate reduces, and when it is 90 degree, when the angle is 90 degree, x coordinate is equal to 0, therefore cos 90 is equal to 0. If you come to the second quadrant, and what happens, you observe in the second quadrant, the x coordinate is negative. You know that x coordinate is negative, and if I shift the point here, you can observe, and the value of x coordinate, you can observe it is negative, and at this point x coordinate is minus 0.29, and therefore cos of 107 degree is equal to minus 0.29, and like this it is possible to find the value of the cos of any angle. Cos of 120 degree is equal to minus 0.5, that's equal to minus 0.5, and you can still increase the angle, and the value of cos x reduces, and like this, when the angle is 180 degree, cos of 180 becomes minus 1, and if you increase the angle further, you can observe what happens. And in third quadrant also x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is also negative, and you can tell the value of x coordinate here. X coordinate is negative in the third quadrant, and it is minus 0.98, and if I place here, you can observe x coordinate is minus 0.81, cos of 216 degrees equal to minus 0.81. Like this, you can find the value of the cosine of any angle, and actually these angles are written in a log table. You can observe the mathematical table, and you can get the value of cos of any angle between 0 to 90 degree, or even it is greater than 90 degree. It is represented in a log table, and actually the values are written by using the definition only. When it is 270 degree, and cos of 270 degree is equal to 0, and you can still increase the angle, and like this, and the point is in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant x is positive, therefore cos is also positive, and cos of 307 degree is equal to minus 0.6, and like this it is possible to do the complete rotation, and cos of 360 degree is equal to cos 0 only, and which is equal to 1, and it is possible to get the value further rotation similar to sin x, and the values will repeat again even if you increase the angle. This is the method of finding the values of trigonometric functions sin x and cos x.